The views and opinions expressed on this show by its guests are not necessarily those of Lounge Media Group or the show host. So if you sue someone, make sure it's the party responsible for hurting your feelings. Also, grow up, be an adult, and understand not everyone thinks like you. And that's okay.
Well, howdy doody.
Howdy.
What's happening, man?
Dude, just another day in paradise. A blistering 40-something degrees here today with a nice touch of rain. So,
heat wave.
Yeah, dude, you know, the old electric bill's about to be through the roof.
Dude, ours was.
Gotta get your ice cream, ice, and I don't know. What would you get in like the opposite of a snowstorm? I guess milk, bread, and eggs still. So
yeah, toilet paper. Plenty of toilet paper.
Absolutely. But yeah, man, just rock and rolling through the week so far, I reckon. Business is starting to pick up a little bit, starting to see a little bit of light, but you know, still a little bit slower than we'd all like it to be, but no complaints. No complaints at all. How about yourself, man? Everything going good on your end?
Yeah, man. Weather's getting nicer here. I mean, I'm sure it'll freaking plummet back down next week, whatever, but it's climbing, man. I think what is it right here? 62 now, and then it's going to be like, I think in the 80s this weekend here, man. So I'm actually pretty excited about that. Week's been going good, dude. Monday was slow, man. I really didn't have anything going on Monday, and yesterday and today got some stuff picked up. Picked up a new customer. They don't do a ton of stuff, which is fine. I mean, hey, you know, not everybody has a crazy volume, but pretty cool people. Just got their first load picked up today. It's like a little short thing, so happy to get that. It's like it's a paper company, man, and they do all kinds of stuff, man. Like they do like egg cartons and paper inserts for like photo frames and all kinds of stuff, man. It's like actually pretty, you know, I never thought paper could be interesting, but the lady had me, bro. She really did. When she was talking about this, I was like, damn, man, this lady is passionate about fucking paper.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, man. And my nutrition, and then got a referral, hoping that'll work out, man. Never really had a customer do this, man. It's quite an interesting thing, maybe something we could talk about later on during this show or another show, but this guy, it's a pet food company, and this guy's taking over the logistics. He comes from the enterprise world, and he is literally interviewing for new providers. Like, that's his deal. I mean, him and I and another guy that he's from France, he's been doing this guy's job for like 2 months. So I had a call with these guys. I thought it was just going to be a meeting. And then the dude, you know, I didn't know shit about this guy. He was just a referral. He said, hey, let's talk next week. Cool, done. He called me and we talked today. And he literally interviewed me, man. Like, I literally felt like I was sitting in there for a job interview, bro. Like, I mean, he was asking all the typical stuff, you know, what lanes you involved in and stuff like that. And then, and he was awesome. He said, you know, we're talking to a couple other people. And I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, but when am I going to hear back? Can we talk about salary? I mean, it was interesting though, Hunter, man. Like, I don't know. I didn't say it threw me off my game. That's because it didn't, but it was different. I wasn't prepared for that approach from a customer. You know what I mean? For them to ask that stuff, and then he literally said, "Hey, man, you know, send us over an email, kind of recapping, you know, the value that you think you bring. Send us your company documents, and you know, he's like, you know, we'll be talking to some folks, whatever." And I was like, "Oh, okay, you know, cool." So, but either way, yeah, man, that was pretty interesting, man. It really was. Never have had that happen, man. 5 years I've been broker, never had that happen.
I hope that pans out. Yeah, that's a nice approach. I mean, rather than just kicking everybody to the curb, you know, like one broker, all brokers, like, yeah, Take time to interview me, man.
Yeah, I agree, man. And their stuff be pretty easy, dude. All they just need help with their inbound. So it's just like their ingredients and packaging, which is already freight that I already deal with. And I've dealt with pet food before. Their stuff is kind of high end, so it requires like the meat is fresh, so it's refrigerated, but whatever. Anyway, cool stuff. But yeah, man, good week, ready for this show and ready for the rest of the week, man. We're getting closer and closer to Matt's, dude.
That's
Like,
right.
yeah.
Damn, that reminds me. I got to call Steve, but yeah, I'm pumped for it. And Sir Charles, we pull so much freight, we create the high tide and the low tide. Okay, everybody says it's the moon. No, it's the amount of freight being pulled from the lounge.
I
Science
love
for you.
that. Oh, man. I do. What you got for us
Yeah.
with some news?
Let's see what's in the news today.
All right, let's do that then.
Lounge Media News, brought to you by AR Doc Pro and sourced from truckingnewshub.com.
So we're going to get our guest to touch on this. Oh, thank you, kind sir. It was my throat's dry, man. I was focused on trying to get something to drink before I start talking. Totally didn't pay attention. All right, like I said, we'll get our guest to touch on this one, but I thought this was a pretty interesting story here, and it's from Overdrive, and it talks. The article is about will insurers, your insurance companies, truck companies, drop carriers with non-English speaking or non-citizen drivers. Alex Lockie here, great journalist. He writes that 7 months after President Trump's English language mandate for truckers took effect and 5 months after the FMCSA sought to purge some 200,000 non-domiciled drivers, have insurers started dropping carriers that employ recent arrivals to the U.S. He continues saying Trump called English a non-negotiable safety requirement for professional drivers. And Department of Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said states were endangering American families on the road through sloppy processes in issuing non-citizens CDLs, and in all certainty suggests the risk continues to climb. Now, after DOT September rulemaking raised some serious questions with insurers about the qualifications and safety of non-citizen drivers, one lawyer described this population of drivers specifically as a nuclear verdict waiting to happen. So we're all in some kind of fresh waters here with this thing on a legal standpoint and an insurance standpoint is what they're basically getting at here. But according to Chad Kruger, he's the VP and Managing Director of Central Analysis Bureau Risk Management Platform. Damn, that's a mouthful. Which is for insurance companies. He said insurers are actually still learning right now. He said, but they are certainly paying attention. He said ELP violations, two ELP violations in particular. They've had numerous insured reach out asking about the current and historical data regarding this stuff. With already more than 10,000 out-of-service violations handed down to drivers over ELP issues, he said this topic is going to continue to gain traction everywhere, but including the insurance sector. We'll final out here with Lisa Paul. She is the executive VP over trucking insurance at Alliant. They're one of the country's largest insurance brokers. She says that insurers are paying attention to ELP violations, but generally only in as much as they contribute to the fleet's overall out-of-service rate. She said that if the out-of-service violation rate is more than a national average for a fleet, it does produce a red flag and an alert in that category on the FMCSA site. She said that does impact trucking companies as most insurers will not tender a quote at all if there is a red alert and it pushes the company to being non-preferred or non-standard, pushing the company to non-preferred or over to non-standard insurance pricing, she said, which nearly doubles the preferred per unit cost. And finally, she said that ELP violations don't necessarily stick out like a sore thumb, in other words, on a carrier's risk profile, but everyone is paying close attention to it. So that's pretty interesting, I thought, man, as far as, another like, I guess, branch, you would say, Hunter, on this tree of this ELP non-domiciled thing,
Yeah, I don't know. That is interesting because I never even would have thought about it until we were talking about it backstage. But I'm sure it's going to be an interesting process, to say the least. There's going to be a lot of red tape, a lot of contracts being written, unwritten, blah, 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 blah. But maybe these ladies will know something that we don't know, because I'm not an insurance person, just like I'm not an accountant.
I know you're right, man. So yeah, I stumbled across this, and this is exactly why I picked it, because I as well wouldn't have thought about this, you know, and them coming on. I thought this would be a good topic for us to cover. But you know, I do see the evident here, though, you know, about the out of service rate. You know, it's just because the ELP, the article continues talking about that. When you get an ELP violation and it does go on your thing as an out of service, but it's only on there for like 6 months. So, you know, like after 6 months, you know, as long as you ain't gotten another one or whatever, it does drop off and you're okay. And so they had said, like, if you're fortunate enough for it to happen in the middle of your thing to where maybe it may not have an impact as much, but that's the biggest thing, is the out of service thing. So I thought it would kind of be more of a bigger of a safety, I wouldn't say a safety risk, but a bigger risk than that, than just worrying about the out of service thing on their profile. So but
yeah, I guess, yeah, like you said, that'd just be another branch of this all. Because I mean, I don't guess you could mark them out of service. I mean, that's just faulty hiring procedures. I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
so maybe we'll get some clarity though, like you said, from these ladies though.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We will see.
You got anything else on that? Anything else you want to add before we
I don't want to put my foot in my mouth. I have some ideas, but once they start talking, I'm sure some of the questions will be answered. And if not, we will get to the bottom of it.
All right. Sounds like a plan. All right. Well, Jessica and Natasha from United Commercial Insurance, everybody.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway. Looking for adventure.
All right. Now, before we get to you ladies exactly, Hunter, we're going to replay that video in a minute, and I swear to you that is the green goose in that video. I have watched that blank clip like 5 times, and I think it is the green goose in that video.
Yeah, I'm dialed in. Let's see.
Yeah.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway. Looking for adventure.
Dude,
If it's not, they got a doppelganger.
I know, bro. It's got the graphic down it and everything, dude. So
well, the trailer's different, so I wonder if
it could be an old clip. I got it from Artlist. I don't know how old it could be, but I didn't even. It's honestly,
you don't see too many trucks like that.
I know. So interesting. All right, I'm gonna ask him about it though. We're gonna see. Jessica, Natasha, how y'all doing?
Good. So I did check YouTube for y'all. All they can see is whatever's on that screen over there. So the top of my head, a little bit of the top of Natasha's. I don't know what StreamYard did to y'all, but
yeah, we got unknown New York 1-1. He said can't see their faces, only ours. So everybody watch live. We are dealing with StreamYard updates.
We are. Maybe that one's better. I don't know.
New York is on his phone, so. Technical difficulties.
Yeah. Well, it's this view over here. That's what it is. See, Hunter? It's that weird view right there.
Yeah.
See? Yeah. I don't know.
It is going live. It worked before, so
I know. We just have to figure it out. But technical difficulties.
Be sure to tune in on the next episode, and we might have it fixed. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh wait, mine's just the car roof. It looks like.
Oh, I love that shit, man.
Yep. Point your camera down, Tosh, because I can't even see nothing but your car roof.
Like
we can see you fine. You're fine. It's only on that one view. On every other view, you'll be good.
Yeah.
It's just that one on.
But yeah, all right. We can squash this. Everybody
it's just
watch
the
it.
YouTube
You can go to our Facebook at Logistics Lounge, and you can watch the video from over there. But we can only comment from Facebook. So
yeah. See, Jamie says she can see everybody.
That's scary.
Mr. Kyle, what's crack-a-lacking, my man?
Potato salad. That's a new one.
I know, potato salad. Him and his damn names, dude. I mean, he's the one that started Pedro Potato, so I guess now I'm Pedro Potato Salad.
You know he ain't working. He's just over there coming up with new nicknames.
Yeah. See, Kat said she can see everyone fine on YouTube. It's just if you're only watching that one view on YouTube, it's I don't know. It's so weird. So whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry about
Educate us,
that.
Kat,
I
on
guess
what
it's
the other
just the
views
mobile
are.
version.
Jess.
Yes, Kyle. Thank you.
No, boo. boo.
No, I am not. I am not
Patriots.
drinking any beer. I've got some coffee. I've got some coffee in my cup today. Drank me some beer last night, so I'm not drinking that. That's what I'm saying, Josh. The
Josh
Patriots
gets it.
puke, bro.
Miami
Shit,
Dolphins #1. Don't
Josh
forget
gets
it.
They made it without Brady and they made it without Belichick, so I'm gonna watch it.
Which
Well, I
is
hope you know
sad.
the
Which is
Seahawks
sad
are
for you
gonna
to
win.
say, honestly, about your team. That everyone was like, "Fuck, we may never see glory again without them," and you literally just like, "I can't believe it. We made them without Belichick and Brady."
And Brady. That's a good thing, right? That's a whole new world.
This year. This is all just a rewrite of the last Patriots Seahawks game, okay? The Seahawks are gonna probably pass the ball again, but I don't know. I'm going with the Seahawks on this
Have
one.
y'all speaking of the Seahawks, y'all seen that story? I don't know if it was fake or whatever. I didn't really dig too much into it, but something about they're talking about selling the Seahawks after the Super Bowl, regardless of whether they win or lose.
I saw the story. I just don't know if it's real or not.
Yeah. Did you see that, Hunter?
I mean, that just means new ownership. Like, I wish.
Well, I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, no matter what, win or lose,
it's money.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's crazy. I don't keep up with the Seahawks. I mean, I thought they've had a pretty okay record. You know, haven't they? Like consistently. I don't know. They're a good team anymore.
We should buy them. Well, I mean, obviously they're in the freaking Super Bowl, so
I think it's like 8 billion. I think is what it is, or 9 billion. I don't know. Trey posted about that too.
That's it?
He was like, yeah, that's what Trey said. He was like, "Hey, he's like, I'm looking for 8 other billionaires." I text Trey. I said, "Bro, if you're a billionaire, what we need to talk." He was like, "What?" I said, "You said 8 other. Like your ass is just stacked over here with the bees in the bank." You know what I mean? Oh man, so yeah, lovely. Teams were as
yeah, whatever. There's nothing else going on in the box.
Kyle's
So
gonna
they
get
turn this
banned
shit
from-
down. They suck.
Kyle's we're gonna get banned from the show.
What? I was thinking bring Kyle on.
We've tried to bring Kyle on. He's too big of a sissy, man. We've tried to bring him on so many times, man.
If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Kyle's on a spiritual journey out in the middle of the desert right now. Okay.
I don't even know what state he's in, man. I don't know if he's in Phoenix or if he's in New Hampshire. Who fucking knows? Or hell, he could be on the other side of the globe. Kyle's all over the damn place. All right. Sam, see, Kyle, you're not even on the show, and this is what he does, dude. Every place he goes, he just like has to be the center of attention and take over and shit. You know what I mean? Everybody talking about him. Natasha, where are you at? I mean, besides your car, obviously.
I'm in the car in the McDonald's parking lot using the free Wi-Fi because I was in the studio and it just kicked me out, and then I couldn't get any internet. I could call and text, but I couldn't get any internet for some reason. So my permitted driver drove me here.
Are you homeless? Do we need to start a GoFundMe for you?
Yes.
Dude, tell me that does not
I'll take the
sound like
GoFundMe.
dude, that does not sound like your one homeless friend you have. Dude, where
Oh,
you at,
no.
man? I'm at McDonald's using that free Wi-Fi, bro.
I'm not going to say that that's how I
Jessica made me do it.
Wi-Fi.
Well, it takes me everywhere is like 40 minutes away. So I went to Aubrey had a track meet. So I was like, I'll sit in the parking lot and do the podcast then. She's waving. I'm going to force her to listen to the podcast. But when I got there, I loaded in to see how the camera looked, and then it kicked me out, and neither one of us, we didn't have any internet. So Jessica said, go to a local McDonald's, which was 20 minutes away. So now I'm in the McDonald's parking lot.
You might as well send her in for some dinner, girl.
But it'd take me like another 30 minutes to get home, so it'd be over. So we'll be sitting here. And she's going, I'm hungry.
Mr.
Oh, nice,
Indy.
Chris.
Yeah, he said I think he's picking up lumbar. Or
Yeah, Mike could
he's
see
picking
them
up lumbar.
tomorrow on the way out.
Yeah.
Is he in
That's
Georgia?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're in Chattanooga right now. They're driving out to Las Vegas for a manifest. Yeah, Indy's just at this point, I don't know if he's a truck driver or just a new version of Uber. You know, he's
For
hauling
truck
Evan all
parking
around.
club, I know, right?
Yeah.
He needs to start sending
wait.
Evan fuel bills.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that Max to get wrapped at this point.
Damn it.
That's cool.
Oh, man, I took that drink and I'm still laughing. Damn it, Hunter.
Didn't you just do something a second ago? You were trying to take a drink?
Huh?
I said, didn't you just do something a second ago when you were trying to take a drink?
Yeah, I'm all over the place today, man. I think my brain's fucking misfiring. Spin a day.
It woke up a sec
Unknown?
too.
Who's
It messed up the whole day.
unknown? Hunter, you know who that is? Unknown New York 11.
No, I'm trying to figure it out. I don't.
Oh well, they want to remain a mystery.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
Unless I don't think that wouldn't be Fred, would it? No, Fred wouldn't be.
No, I think Fred is just Fred Stare.
Fred claims Texas, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever.
He's
It's all
unknown.
good. He's unknown. Exactly. Yeah. He's unknown. He's gonna remain a mystery. Miss Jessica, how about you? How are you doing? How you been since?
I'm excited. Things are warming up
Yeah.
in Texas. Finally, I moved away from Idaho and then brought the weather. I don't know, 3 years ago. It's a delayed effect, maybe. I don't know. It was really cold there for a couple weeks, pretty solid. Like you, well, we're gonna have. I think it's gonna be 79 in a couple days, and we're gonna have some good weather, warm weather. I've been painting my house and redoing like rock and stuff in it, so my chickens can't get close to my house anymore. Maybe I'll have less of it tracked in.
Yeah.
They're not scared of the rocks.
I'm about to, I'm doing my stuff too. Matter of fact, at 5, when I get off here, 5:30, I got a call with a contractor to talk about doing all my doors. Like I can do my doors, but we live near the artillery range, and I know that's why my doors are off after all this time, is because of constant fucking shaking. So I want to have this guy like, hey man, is there like a trick? Maybe we could, I don't know, reinforce these things so I don't have to read, because it sucks, man. Like when it gets hot, they don't close. When it gets cold, they close the wrong way. It's aggravating. And I've redone all of them already. So, anyway.
I've noticed humidity really affects the doors here.
Yeah, it does, man. It does. It's weird. So I know, but I know you're doing a bunch of stuff. Kat's told me that you every day you get off work, you're out there, in the yard doing stuff, and then you complain about the work you done, like every homeowner should, like every fucking homeowner should. Like you do it, and then you're like, "That's the dumbest thing. I'm stupid." I don't know.
I can't believe I put pea gravel in. I'll be honest. I was like, "Oh yeah, that's gonna look great. Let's do this," and it gets everywhere. I'm gonna glue it down. She thinks I'm joking. I'm gonna glue it down. They have glue for it specifically to where it stays where it's supposed to be instead of all over.
No, what you should do is maybe get man, what do they use to like make the table, like epoxy? Isn't that what it is they do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. That'd be cool. And then you could just fall in and bust your ass, whatever. But,
Right, because it'll be slick.
I was over here watching. I already knew who it was. I'm sitting Hunter watching over here talking, trying to figure out who this guy is. Man. As soon as he said the box truck driver from the Bronx, I knew exactly who it was. It was Calmo Bill. Yeah. I can't remember his real name. I always want to say.
He said Alex is working for fucking Fred now. He ain't pulling boats.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, dude, we need to do an X reunion on here.
So I got do that honestly. I mean, it makes sense because I've got footage. I mean, I stole part of it from Rob, but some of it Alex sent me. Alex had a big sheet of ice come through his fucking windshield while he was driving. I don't know. I think it was Calmo Bill can tell me because he went and got he helped Alex get the windshield replaced.
No way.
But I think it was, dude, I have the video. I was going to make a post about it, but I mean, rolling up thinking the sheet of ice comes off a truck and they go in the opposite way, right through his windshield on the driver's side, through the windshield. He didn't get hurt bad. I think he only had like some cuts on his hands and stuff like that. But dude, hey, credit to Alex because he did not lose his composure. I mean, he's going at least 65 miles an hour. I mean, he's on the highway, and there's no one in front of him. So, but that thing came through that windshield, and he keeps that truck in the lane the whole time the video was rolling. So, I mean, dude, credit to him. Think about it. Most people would have freaked out when something came through the windshield at them.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy shit, Hunter.
Pedro is a dangerous man. I'm still convinced that he's an undercover spy for the FBI.
1,000%.
How do you know? Pedro's got all the friends, all right?
I literally just said I talked to Alex, man. Golly, dang, dude. Oh, yeah. So, anyway, he said, how do I know? Yeah, I have all the friends. Anyhow, Let's get the insurance stuff. We're just sitting here moving along. All right. So even though you've been on the show before, a lot of people know who you are. You know, we're going to do the same thing we do with all of our turn guests because we always have new viewers. You know, folks that don't know who you are. So why don't y'all, and you pick who goes first, but tell us who is Jess and Natasha, and how did you get to be where you are with United Commercial Insurance?
Go ahead, Jess.
Do you want to rock it? Okay. So my name's Jessica. I work at United Commercial Insurance. I'm also going to mention co-founder of Truck U, which is about insurance, so and trucking. So just kind of nerd out on that in that aspect. I grew up in a semi-truck with my dad. My dad's a trucker. I had an uncle pass actually since the last show, so I don't know what's happening with his company, but he owned his own trucking company. That just happened last month. And then I've got a couple other uncles, lots of cousins, all in the industry, either driving truck as hired drivers, owner operators leased on to other folks or own their own company. And it's really all over the spectrum of trucking too, which is kind of awesome. And that is, I don't know. I saw a post that UCI had made, and it was about some creativity, and I really am passionate about that. And so I hopped on and did an interview, and I mean, luckily they hired me, or maybe unluckily they hired me. I don't know. I'm kind of like the chaos in the office, I feel like sometimes. And now y'all are stuck with me. No, I really care about the trucker. And so for me, my purpose and reason for coming into the commercial insurance realm, I don't do anything else, just trucking, was to help find the best fit for their business at the best price with the best coverages that actually truly covers you. So you're not just, if there is a case of a claim, you're not just throwing your money down a black hole. And you actually have coverage. That's about it. I don't know. I do stuff, fun stuff. I'm funny sometimes. I don't know. Tag your in, Natasha. Get it off.
Funny sometimes, annoying all the time. Ain't that right, Tasha? You can say it, Tasha. I'm here. I'll protect you from her, Natasha.
You know what's funny, Pedro, is I get messages from someone we have in common on a daily that says, "Can you be less like Pedro today?"
Oh, it's probably my wife.
Like, I can only handle one Pedro in my life today. I do hear that.
Oh, yeah,
funny.
Definitely her. I'm a lot to handle, man. I get it. I can understand
Me too.
it, dude. Yeah, I know.
Well,
I know you are, because that same mutual person tells me, "Can you be less like Jessica?" No, I'm joking. All right, Natasha.
What are you guys doing that's so similar?
Apparently a lot.
Apparently a lot, I guess.
Apparently
demanding
a lot.
and squirreling.
Probably.
Okay, so I'm Natasha. I've been at UCI, I think, about 4 years now. I've been an insurance agent, I think, about 20 years. About 16 of it's been dedicated to trucking. I kind of stumbled into trucking, and I really liked it, and so been doing that for a long time. Focused on getting quality coverage. What are you saying, Selena? But I came to UCI. My dad and I built an agency, from our basement before remote work was really socially acceptable. And we built it up, and he decided to retire a couple years ago, and he put it up for sale, and UCI acquired it. And somehow, I don't know if he talked him into it, or I'm sure my dad probably brought it up, but I did a virtual interview with them, and they offered me a position remote because I'm in North Carolina. And it's been my favorite journey on the insurance side. Then I stumbled into Jessica too there with the existing ventures department. And I don't know, were we instant best friends? Maybe not. I'm not sure, but it didn't take very long. We get along really well. So we've been doing that, I guess, about 4 years. I was just looking at it there.
All right. I love that. Quick and to the point.
I help Jessica if she needs it. And then we really enjoy working with Catherine since she's come on too. And we've got a great team in place and good people. And so we have a really good time, and we're really into the blog together where we focus on kind of explaining those coverages. in everyday terms like we would if we're talking to you on the phone. So you know what you're buying and what it covers and what it doesn't cover.
Yeah, we're gonna get into truck you here in the second half of things. Nope, you're good, Natasha. We got you. You froze for a minute, but we can still hear you. Yeah, we're gonna truck you here in the second half of things, but Hunter and I we want to get started on this news story that we were talking about here while that's kind of still fresh, and get y'all's perspective on it. As actual agents out there, I'm sure y'all probably recognize some of the companies that they interviewed in that article. So what are y'all seeing? How is this affecting things in y'all's world and with carriers that have drivers that are EOP violations and all this stuff?
So Natasha timed out because her Wi-Fi sucks because McDonald's. I don't know. So I guess I'll go.
She didn't buy the Big Mac. They cut it
off.
I
was like, what am I about right now? So what I've seen is those violations are out of service violations are hitting. They're hitting their safety scores. I know that you mentioned something about 6 months. I've always seen all the safety violations, especially out of service, they're stuck for 3 years. So that's 3 years of renewal, like higher payments that you're going to make because your safety scores very much determine how much your rates are going to be, very much. And they can also help your rates, right? So it works both ways, but definitely I've seen some out of services on there for the English language proficiency, and they are hitting. And when I do send those accounts to underwriters, there are questions about what are they doing with the non-domiciled drivers, CDLs, how many are on the account, and do they all have the English, proficiency to avoid these future safety issues, right? That's what I've seen. Now I'm going to let Tosh go ahead and spiel some stuff since she timed out.
I mean, it was really breaking up when he was asking the question, but I know we have seen them. It's something we talk about a lot. I would like to say that just because it's not always the case that it is a non-domiciled license just because they couldn't speak English, right? I mean, that is another thing too. I haven't had any real direct conversations with them, but it's kind of a thing where back in the day, we had to get a license, registration, look at all these documents, I feel like. And so as all the digital stuff progressed, we're not required to get a copy of a license to add a driver to the policy. We put the name, date of birth, license number in there, pull the MVR. There's nothing. Some of the carriers, I think we are starting to see where it does have an indicator, whether it's non-domiciled or not. But now, of course, since all this has happened, you're really paying attention to it. And so it is a big question for us, like, hey, is it okay? I mean, it's kind of a gray area of adding them to the policy. Are we just waiting for something to happen or not happen? The insurance companies, when I talked to the underwriters, seem really.
Oh.
Gosh darn it. She needs to go in there and buy something. I'm telling you.
Go buy something from McDonald's so the Wi-Fi gets better. I was teasing. You froze there, Tosh.
We lost. She froze again.
Yep, she froze again. Underwriting. So I'll kind of pick up where she was talking about. We do have some questions from underwriting that are coming across. It's a very delicate fine line that they walk on asking those questions because of all the other things that are laws in the world, right? We're not trying to profile anybody, or it's about the proficiency in the English language. Can you read, write, and speak English, right? Because if an officer pulls you over and you can't speak English to them, then do you understand what they're saying? Or can you read English? Because if you can't, then how do you know that that's not us? Are you just looking for the shape and the color of the stop sign, or how did that happen? We've got a lot of signs here in the U.S. and I don't know that there's any in any other language except English. I mean, I could be wrong there. So I'm just going to leave it as a broad spectrum. Not that I've come across, I'll put that way. And so it's more the safety of the account that they're focused on. And there are safety issues if they can't read or write English, right? There is a safety concern there. And so for the carrier, for the insurer, for the public. That's really the biggest focus that I've seen a lot of since this has happened. and CDLs have been pulled, there's lots of box truck accounts coming across. Because you don't have to have a CDL for that, and you can get a driver's license, right? Tosh, am I saying this right? You can get a driver's license to drive a vehicle, non-commercial, and they don't really know if you're using it commercially. And there's nothing that indicates on the MVR that they're not allowed to be on there, because you don't have to have a CDL or commercial license in most states. There are some states that still require a commercial license for box trucks. But that's been the biggest uptick that I've seen since all of this has kind of come down and those CDLs were all pulled, and how it's affected the industry, at least on our side. And we've seen markets that no longer offer insurance to box truck accounts too. So our markets have really slimmed to like this big for box trucks mostly. And I don't know if that's part of what's affecting it, is that there's less regulation or on the drivers, or what? What are your thoughts, Tosh?
Sorry about my internet. First off, yeah, I think we did a post last week maybe, because all of a sudden I'm like 4 days into the week and I'm like, what are with all the box trucks? Like, it felt like the pandemic when everybody started Amazon. It was just, I mean, every single new quote that I called renting a box truck didn't have a VIN number yet. They couldn't speak English, but we're just seeing a huge uptick in box trucks at the same time that the markets have said we don't want to do this anymore. It's your big box carriers pretty much that we can quote that with now. Not a lot of the preferred market trucking only companies, unless you're 2 years in business. So they're getting that are like truck tractor prices too. It's really expensive as well. So they're pricing for whatever it is that's going on, in my opinion.
Yeah. To what unknown saying, yeah. So like I just looked it up. There's no states that require a CDL under 26,000 pounds.
Right.
That's right. It's not.
And they don't get pulled in either as much. So
but there is a state that if you get pulled over, I've seen the violations on the safety, and I don't want to misspeak this, but I think it's an East Coast state, maybe Maryland. That's just off the top of my head. Don't quote me or say that. Don't attack if I'm wrong, but I think Maryland may require a commercial license. Not saying I don't know do they even give anything other than a CDL? I don't really know. That was never my realm. Yeah, New York, you kind of.
That's what I was about to bring up, especially like once you get on the island.
New York just stated that rate.
I'm on the show again.
So what I was going to say about these what I'm going to input on this, and I could be wrong about the correlation between the two. It may be something else, but I'm pretty certain I saw a post from someone or someone at least bringing attention to the fact that a lot of these carriers that have these non-domiciled EOP things that are like getting shut down and stuff because their whole fleet is nothing but these drivers. They're going and opening up box truck companies or buying box trucks for the exact reason that you three are talking about, that they don't need to use a CDL. They can skirt under certain things. And then, I don't know, I guess basically wait for it to fall off their record or whatever it is. I'm pretty certain that is a correlation I saw between two. It may be something else to do with the industry, but I only say because that post said the same thing you were talking about, Natasha, that like, why is there this massive influx of box trucks all of a sudden again, like out of just nowhere? So, and Justin's watching, maybe Justin can say something. Let's see. How do I get a hold of insurance companies to report chameleon carriers in their networks? That's a good question.
I wish I knew.
Yeah, he's been finding that
hotline.
I wish there was a hotline.
Oh, sorry. I was just trying to put
my
up,
thing's so small to try to read this. The thing that too is more complicated with the box truck is they want to rent from Penske and Ryder and Enterprise, which following the pandemic when they kind of snapped back, they had a lot of claims of them. You swap out the truck every Monday. and they forget to call us and swap out the truck, which has to be done. So they've put forth a lot of any auto coverage. Like they really want a lot of coverage for you to do that, which isn't typically available. So we're doing a lot of quotes that may or may not go anywhere as well, which is part of the job. But we're spending a lot of time explaining, hey, we don't have any carriers that do any auto for a single truck new venture account. And then a lot of arguing with Penske and Ryder and Enterprise because of they just want a lot of coverage for them now that's not readily available, which feels unfair sometimes, and then sometimes I feel like it's justified at the same time. I go back and forth on that.
Yeah, I had experience with the whole lease truck thing when I was a transportation manager, and I used to have to deal with the insurance companies for exactly what you said. And we used to have to switch out trucks. And I don't know if this is still the case, but for us at least, we got a cheaper rate if I gave them the agreement that showed we had the truck leased for a year, because to them they said that it showed more not stability, whatever. It's a lower safety risk, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I mean, but I see what you're saying, Natasha. You know, I mean, and it makes things difficult. And I think that like to Justin's point here, what he said, box trucks are lower barriers to entry, and to your point, you know, for the most part, they there's lower like I want to say regulation, but oversight. There you go. You know, right. I mean, I think we would all agree with that. So, you know, it's easier for them to skirt by, man, to get under the thing, you know. I mean, you see a box truck going by, I mean, most people don't pay attention to that, you know what I mean? So, right. yeah.
Well, and it's even better that if you're swapping them out every week, you don't have to maintain it either, which has always been a draw, I think, for some people, because you don't have to maintain the truck really. You know, you're swapping it out every week, every 2 weeks. But it's all from the insurance side. It does create exposure if you forget to call, because most policies don't automatically cover that new truck that you hopped in. And even if they do have like a hired auto, the cargo doesn't apply to the truck if it's not listed on the policy for the smaller carriers. And so there's just a lot of claims that happen from the last box truck craze. And then it's a lot of work for everybody involved. It's a lot of work for the rental company, for us, for you, the carrier, all the updated certificates that have to go out every week if you're swapping them out that often. And did somebody say they're paying $43,000 a year for a box truck?
Yeah,
that's insane.
Wait,
he's based out of Manhattan, New York.
New York.
But that's still insane to me. New York or not.
Hey, there you go, bro. Hey, at the end, they'll give you your number. You can give them a call.
I can't get anything. I don't know that I can get anything better, but I mean, I'm calling people and saying, hey, that's $36,000 for your one box truck. And I've also noticed they'll enter it. However, they're setting up the DOT, they make it so you only need 300,000. Like, it doesn't have the minimum 750. It's 300,000. And so they'll insure it for that much. And then 2 weeks later, they're calling like, hey, now I bumped that up to 750. And then we're completely, that's a whole different policy, or double or triple in the coverage, which can look a lot different at renewal than what you bought at new business, of course. And so then everybody's surprised by the renewal quotes because everything's so different from when they bought the policy. So that's also pretty interesting. A lot of cargo vans coming up too. I don't know where they're coming from either. A lot of cargo vans all of a sudden.
Not a lot of regulation on cargo vans, or there's less defined regulation on cargo vans, hot shots, and box trucks. So we are seeing a big uptick on those. And it'll trickle down. It just sucks in the meantime because everybody is going to end up paying the price for it. The trickle down will equal higher costs eventually.
All right. Well, hey, while we're talking about costs, that's something else that we wanted to touch on here. And we know y'all don't have all the answers. You know what I'm saying? But while we have y'all here, a lot of our audience, majority of them, they are carriers in some form or another, and this is good, important information for them. Because. But the rates have gone up. Now, I mean, I don't know about y'all, but my insurance is almost never freaking went down. You know what I mean? Whether it be health insurance or automotive insurance. But from what I have heard, the last few years, the rates have they've substantially just kind of gone up. Every year over the past few years. Not it's another $1,000 on your policy. It's thousands of extra dollars on people's policies. Is people in this. What do y'all say about that? You know, what do you think are the things that are causing this, maybe beside the, you know, obvious, accidents or something? I mean, is there some big changes, some maybe new laws or something that went into effect that is causing these costs to go up? And from the insureless people, Natasha, I've heard that insurance companies are like rejecting more carriers now than they ever have.
Yeah. You want to start, Jess? So this is where I try not to live. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yep. I will start it.
I live in this world, and and so when she said you want to talk about it, I was like, well, let me go back and look at, because I tend to get really irritated about increases. I kind of take them personally, even though they have nothing to do with me, and then I go rant and rave and write a blog post about it. So we have covered. This is how many reasons. I printed the list. I was like, let me see how many reasons we have for these. And it is pretty, it's not like a one simple answer. It's like a multitude of things that are kind of coming together all at one time.
Well, let's go, Tasha.
What will we start with, Jessica?
We see you there.
I mean, we're all aware of the nuclear verdicts. Okay, go ahead. Where would you start, Jess? Because that's, I was like, well, where do I start?
So the very first spot I'm going to touch that I would touch on, and then I'll let Natasha kind of go down the list, which I love that she did that. Thank God she saves my life almost every day. I would say that you see more and more of these nuclear verdicts in court, right? And they're suing the insurance company for the full amount. And then they're also suing the carrier. And it's usually et al., including the person that owns the company and anybody else involved in the company. So for over the insured amount, right? And when the insurance companies are paying out $1 million on almost, on a higher percentage of claims, they're not compensating for the rate that needs to go into that. This is not my opinion. This is just the facts that have been given to me. They've raised rates. The national average of the nuclear verdicts has risen. Chameleon carriers also, yes. Fraud also, yes. Let's throw more cargo theft in there, right? It's not just the court cases. It's all those things combined. The insurance company is like, if we run out of money, we can't insure anybody, right? And I don't know that it's just to line their pockets, but to maybe recoup what they've paid out as a whole. And so that's part of where they take the dynamics of what your safety scores look like, what your drivers look like, what the experience looks like, how much turnover you have on your account. If you're changing out drivers a lot, if you're changing out trucks a lot, those things also cause increases. But that is instability, right? So instability and high risk, if your safety scores are high or what they consider high. I will go back to something I know I said on the other show that we were on. Update your MCS 150, please, to accuracy, especially in the mileage. Make sure you're putting in how many miles you drive for the year, not the mileage of your vehicle. And those things, you got one truck that says it's going 800,000 miles a year. Obviously, the guy put his mileage on there, not how many miles he can drive in a year, right? And so that is going to give you an astronomical rate. That MCS 150 data needs 3 months to trickle down to your safety scores before the underwriter pulls it. So about 6 months before renewal, I know that you're only required every 2 years. I'm going to tell you different. Every year, about 5 or 6 months before renewal, update your MCS 150. You start shopping at about 90 days. So that gave them 3 months for the trickle down effect to happen and update.
Justin just being a ball breaker.
I hear Justin, but I'll tell you, Justin, they might be lying on their MCS 150, but if they have too many trucks listed, now insurance companies will not offer quotes until it's accurate. Or where are these trucks? Yeah. You can't hide trucks anymore. If there's inspections, they want to know what happened to that truck. Where's the lease termination? Where's the bill of sale? If there's too many trucks listed, then what's on the account? Why is that? Which I know I've seen and heard that. I've heard more than seen, but that they will up their truck count on MCS 150 to pull in more loads from brokers and such because they needed 10 trucks but only really have 6. Well, that hurts you later, okay? And so if you don't want to pay more money in insurance, don't do that. Be honest on your MCS 150 and just be accurate to what's on your on your actual insurance, and what you're actually doing. Do not check all of the boxes for everything so you can just haul everything. It's a bad idea. It will get you declined from a lot of markets because maybe they don't insure that, or maybe you just, I actually recommend, I know it costs money and I am all about trying to save some money. If you can do it yourself, great, but make sure you actually know what you're doing when you're setting up your DOT and MC and you're filling out all of that paperwork. Get some advice. If there's free advice out there, great. I know that everybody wants to charge an arm and a length for that, but that accuracy is imperative to your insurance rates. So there's a lot of factors. The safety scores is the biggest thing. And we did talk about English language proficiency. I have seen that on some of them that I've pulled. It absolutely is affecting them.
I think, I don't know, but just for me, logically, I feel they just see it for what everyone else sees it as, and that's just simply a risk. You know what I mean? And it's a risk that, and kind of what that article said, and what Justin has talked about a lot, Danielle's talked a lot about with like the community care stuff, and just period is the litigation surrounding a lot of this is still in the gray area too. When people try to get sued and take others to court and be held liable for things, it's that right there is making stuff deal with too. So I think everyone's just trying to get as far away from it as possible and just eliminate the risk completely. I was talking to, and I cannot remember now. It was on someone on Facebook, a random person. They were saying that they dealt with a broker who wanted the driver to call in and prove that they could speak English.
Been seeing that. I've seen it on a Raycon that was sent to me or something, or I don't know if I said that word right. I'm not a broker, but I have seen things that have come over, the certificate request that says you need to do XYZ. And I was reading it. I don't know what Genlogs is. Don't hate me.
Great.
I know.
It's ELD, right?
No,
It's next month.
I thought it was ELD too. We don't deal with that aspect of things. Educate us, guys. What's Genlogs?
It's kind of, I don't know if you could wrap it into one word.
I don't think you can.
It's like a multitude of things. I guess a big basis of it is surveillance. And yes, it does include video, but just like surveillance, period. Surveillance of documentation, of video, of just all kinds of things.
It's like national security for trucking.
Yeah, Justin would probably be able to surmise it for us better.
Yeah. Genlogs was actually created. So I forget the guy's name that started. Ryan Joyce. Ryan Joyce. Yes.
Ex-CIA, man.
I believe his father passed away during 9/11, and that clicked something in his head. So he has created this insane platform, which it really is like national security for trucking. So they've actually found stolen freight just because they're connected to DOT cameras, all kinds of stuff. It like Pedro said, it's not something that you could wrap up in one pretty package in 2 sentences. It's insane. So look it up.
Yeah, next time, Justin, I would bring you on, but Hunter's got a date and I've got a call I got to get to at 5:30. But dude, normally we would say 100%, even if your wife what didn't allow you to. You just sneak in the bathroom, Justin. So you got to drop a deuce and just so you're talking to yourself.
What else did you have on your list, Tosh? That was the increases.
So it's a lot of that, but I've got customers where we get the renewal and they didn't do anything. Their MCS 150 is accurate. Their unit count is accurate. Their mileage is real. They have no new violations. They've got all good inspections. Everything's perfect, but they're still getting, depending on the state, 10. So this year we've been seeing 10 to 30% rate revision increases. So the insurance company, it's a business, right? And I think we have a blog post about it last week, maybe. It's not, commercial auto as a whole is always, it's not really truly profitable for them. And with all the money that they've paid out, there's no way that their rates could remain soft, kind of is what I came up with. And there's a lot of layers to it. So like you mentioned, there's a lot of third party litigation funding. And so there's a girl on LinkedIn, a woman, is her name Desiree something? I forget. But a couple weeks ago, she shared a post that connects all this stuff. It's really deep layers. It connects to the English language proficiency and everything. I'll have to send it to you, but there's a lot of layers to what's creating these prices. It's social inflation, like you said. So one lawyer in one state got $20 million. And so that sets a precedent for lawyers. That's what they operate off of a lot of times. And so if one person can do it, so can the next person. And so I've seen stuff where the trucker's not at fault. We're looking at the loss run. It's like, they think they might pay $5,000 to make these people go away. And 2 weeks later, the lawyer calls, and that reserve, hey, we might pay $5,000, goes to, hey, we might pay 150,000, because it's easier to pay 150,000 and make them go away than go to court and maybe spend $1 million to 10 million. And so I think about 20 years ago, your average nuclear verdict was like still under $1 million. It still didn't max out the policy, and now they're consistently paying over $1 million. And so Texas is one of those states, Pennsylvania. So Texas is interesting because they didn't pass any tort reform. A lot of the other states, if in Texas, if you've got a business on the vehicle and you're in an accident, you're most likely going to be at fault. And your policy is going to pay regardless of what happened. What else is there? It's just, there's so many things to it. And a lot of them don't have anything to do with the actual carrier when we're looking at their renewal quotes, in my opinion. But what I have here is the claim severity has exploded, those nuclear verdicts. The third-party litigation funding is interesting because you have people that are funding the lawyers to go to court, so they can just keep going to court. And when they get that payout, they're getting paid off of funding it, which is really interesting to look into. They're not so much. They're using a lot of different algorithms now, and so they're scraping a lot of data, and they're using a lot of behavior-based patterns, the insurance companies. And so that's been a big change for us. Like Jessica mentioned, with their driver turnover has always been a thing. If you can't keep drivers, obviously something's probably going on with the operation. But if you hire one new driver and he's got 15 years experience, we're not expecting your renewal to go up because you hired a new to you driver. But we are seeing that too. The new to you driver, new to your operation driver is causing renewal increases because for the first 2 years, they are significantly more likely to have an accident while they get the lay of your operation. This is what the insurance companies are saying. What else is there, Jessica? Vehicle turnover is always going to be a thing too. But I think a lot of it is just they've really got a lot of smart models now. They've got behavior models. They've got all kind of data. Whereas before, for years past, it was data, but it was a lot more human overseeing on that, and an underwriter making decisions based on what they're seeing, which now these algorithms they're brutal. I think I would love to go spend a day in the underwriting department looking at how they generate these prices, but they're real black and white, and it's just brutal increases. I don't know how else to sugarcoat it. It's been really tough.
I was just looking at one of my accounts that I had that had a pretty hefty increase. It was Georgia. And it's over $5,000 for the year, and no losses, no claims, no new FMCSA violations. It was simply explained to me as state rate revision for $5,000.
I'm also getting a lot of their credit-based insurance scores. That's a CBIS. They're all doing it in the background. Every insurance product you use, pretty much. And so as everything's tightened, of course, people's credit-based insurance score is going to go down, in my opinion, while you try to keep going. And so it's a state rate revision, decreased credit-based insurance score, and it's just horrible. It's been really tough. I feel like we used to call people and say, hey, it went down $500 maybe if we were lucky. And so now I'm just hoping that it didn't go up, $3,000 or something. That's a big difference for people. The quotes are coming out a lot slower, the renewal quotes. And so now it's like, hey, here 30 days beforehand, we've got a $5,000 increase. And that's 20% more on the down payment. Like it's been really tough navigating the prices. We're doing a lot more shopping for sure. And some markets can put really good prices on things. Some markets are saying, hey, we don't want to quote this in this state until you're in business for 6 years. And those markets, I feel like, will put a little bit better number on things because they've got 6 years of data to come through and loss runs and to your drivers, your driver practices and stuff like that. But there's so many things that are going into it that even when we can explain this to a customer, it's great to understand it, but it doesn't help you pay for it. It doesn't make it any easier to navigate that, which is we kind of get to a point where we're just saying the same thing over and over again, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I mean, I see that, and I'm sure everyone else sees, but it's good to just understand the things. You know what I'm saying? At least have where they say a reason for the rhyme or whatever. So like I said, it doesn't make it better, but maybe it helps alleviate the sting.
It doesn't, and
also it highlights the issues in the industry. Now we're seeing, like, this ELP stuff and the non-domicile. We're seeing that all of these things affect more than just what meets the eye, what's on the surface that everyone's talking about and stuff. So
I mean, it's a lot of layers. And if you think of everybody, that talks about, everybody's kind of got their thing that they like to deep dive into and fight, and we rant on LinkedIn and stuff about. It's all those things, and it's just really deep in a lot of layers, and it affects every part of the industry. And sometimes it's really hard to put all of it into words, to be honest, for me anyway, because I would sound like a wackadoo if I really got into it. You'd think I was crazy.
So I will say this, just to touch on that, and then I'm going to jump to something else. But I think that definitely we see a lot of the insurance companies using Trucker Cloud. That is something that gathers all the ELD data. And we got all these people signing up for the discount with Progressive right into sharing all that ELD data. That is also shared with all other insurance companies pretty much. I don't know that we have any that don't use it. So we need more good drivers to share their ELD data is a situation. If more of y'all that are good drivers, safe drivers, let's roll into the sharing that. A lot of them that I know that are real clean, real good, just good old boys, they don't want to share. They don't I don't want it tracked. I don't want it shared. That's fine. But we've got too many that are not the greatest trying to get the best rate in there. A lot of this stuff that we're talking about today, you can find. Did you pull that up, Hound? If I'm gonna have Hound pull up trucku.biz, but this is a lot of these things that we're discussing. Is why Natasha and I being work. We live, eat, breathe trucking, unfortunately or fortunately. So a lot of what we do, we started talking about it, and we're like, we talk about these for hours after work on the phone together. And so let's start actually giving out this information. It's free. It's free. There's really no cost to it at all. And so trucku.biz, I will say that again so that everybody can, navigate. It's free information out there to understand your coverages better. It is a blog. We do keep it 3 to 5 minutes. It can put you to sleep in your sleeper at night. If you're bored, go ahead and read. I joke about it, but I've actually sent some of these blog posts to customers that have questions. It's like, hey, the best way for me to explain this to you is to shoot you this blog post right here. Check it out. And they read it. They love it. So a lot of what we have is just because we care about this industry. I know that Natasha didn't go into how her family is part of the trucking industry as well for generations back. Mine's more than my dad, but I didn't want to go, you can go generations back. My grandpa also was in there. We actually truly, that's where our heart is. And that's why we got into what we're doing. And that is why we started giving out free information. It's accurate on the insurance agent side, but there's a disclosure that Natasha puts on everything. Also, if your feelings are hurt, whatever the Logistics Lounge thing says at the beginning.
Grow up, be an adult, and understand not everyone thinks like you.
Yeah, so
and that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. So Truck U is Truck. It stands for Truck University, the unhinged or unfiltered or whatever, both apply to Jessica. Okay. I have stuff pop up, questions asked of me, and we'll dig into it. We'll find all the facts and put it together and put it into an easy read for you to where you can have it without having to go through miles long of info gathering like we did. And we just put it out there. I would say a lot of it is helpful. A lot of it's what we've said here. If you have questions, there is at the top of that page, there's a phone number. You're going to either get me or Natasha. You like us? You want us to help you? Call. We'll help you. info@trucku.biz is the email address. We're open to, if you have something we haven't written about and you want to ask about it, please send it our way. We'll definitely put it on, our next couple blog posts back so that we have time to research it. Most recent one was something that was a conversation. I was struggling to find, if you scroll down there, Hound, to that.
Just tell me when to stop.
The reefer cargo coverage. It's right there at the top. Or was that a DOT inspection? Those are both me. Was that a DOT inspection? That's a good one. If you click in there, so I've had customers getting inspected in different states. But they don't get the inspection sheet and it's not showing up on their safety scores. This is a good read for that. Okay. There's a lot of different state laws that we're navigating to do a follow-up post on this one, but technically, legally, you are, what was that word that I got from that guy that I'm not going to quote on here on live? I know who it was. Legally, they're supposed to give you the inspection sheet if they pulled you over for an inspection, and you can call whoever that office is, whether it's state police. I know a lot of mine are happening in Georgia. Georgia PD is allowed to inspect you, but they're saying, the inspection paperwork, they're being told paperwork is at the officer's discretion. No, the inspection is at the officer's discretion. Those are two different things. So if it's clean, ask for it. We're gonna do a follow-up post on that one though. Tosh, what do you have to say about Truck U?
What's that?
Yes, there's our disclosure.
Just to cover y'all's bases.
Thank you.
I mean, it's something I enjoy doing. I kind of recently I slowed down a little bit because, like I said, I sometimes get really caught up in this increase world, and it's like it gets kind of heavy and negative, and so I'm sometimes struggling to find things to say that are positive. I mean, I love trucking, of course, but all day, if you're having 20 conversations and no one's happy with you, that's
it's
a tough
toxic
place to be sometimes.
It's really
pity your insurance agent sometimes. I'm just kidding. It's really hard to call someone and say, hey, this might be something that makes or breaks your business this year. Even though we've shopped it, 16 different ways. But it's something, if we notice a trend, like, 6 days into being covered up with box truck quotes, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Then that's triggers us to kind of go look at it. And so today we had something come up where I'm like, that'd be a good blog post, because it's something that, if we don't necessarily know the answer, it's kind of a trend we think we're seeing, because sometimes we get crazy stuff and it's because somebody in a trucking Facebook group posted some crazy YouTube video about how they became a billionaire with their box truck or whatever it is. And so everybody's going to try and do that. So we'll usually try to dive into it and make it make sense for us. And if nothing else, understand what's going on.
If you see that Facebook post,
I really like doing it.
If you see that Facebook post, call us girls at Truck U. We'll give you the facts versus what whoever thinks that they're the next rising star in trucking is. Those are, I will say that, in the YouTube guys or wherever they're streaming their stuff now. It doesn't really TikTok. You found it on TikTok, and this guy's a pro.
I troll them on Instagram.
They're not pros.
The box truck guys, get your box truck.
I will.
I troll them so hard they never comment back.
I will also say that on your social media, folks, I know that you got lots of folks watching that are carriers. Be very aware that what you post is being reviewed by your underwriter. I'll just stop there. That was the most interesting conversation I had to have. It's, well, we got declined by these carriers because of what's on your Instagram account.
Yeah. So don't be doing donuts with your damn box truck. And
get a disclosure. Definitely needs a disclosure.
I'm like in the dark now.
There you go. Put a disclosure on it. Professional driver on closed course.
None of this is real.
A big one was going home to see the fam is great. It's good to be home, and that's not where you're located on the FMCSA, and you're in a complete state across the entire U.S.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you never really expect to get an email that says we've declined this based on your social media account.
I wonder how
That's pretty
Fred. I
interesting.
wonder how Fred does that because speaking of that, we know like several drivers that have like in two
No, we
homes.
don't.
Yeah.
No, we don't. Oh, yeah, 2 homes. Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, they do some
Yeah,
stuff.
that's what
I mean, you
two
see
homes.
some
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So 2 homes is one thing, okay? So we can usually write that into the policy as an additional location. So that's if it's legit, let's put it on there as an additional location. Now you're covered for both locations. It's the non-disclosure because you want your rates to be lower that
No, I get you.
kicks your ass.
Right, like you've got a 300-mile radius in North Carolina, and you're on social media in the truck in California. That's pretty crazy. Then they're asking, hey, what's going on with this? Why are they so far outside of their rated radius? Of course,
I
which
thought
is
it was
always fun.
300 miles from wherever my truck was located. Like it was a movie 300-mile radius.
Okay, you've never seen the beautiful wine country of North Carolina?
Yeah, right.
Just like Napa.
it's I mean it's the same thing, right? That looks like the Pacific. No, it's just a mirror. It's just a mirror. It's the way it looks on my phone. Yeah, it's the way it looks on my phone. Oh, that's good shit.
Jess, did you write down the booth to tell them?
Oh no, I forgot about that. If you're on LinkedIn, somewhere around there, I forgot to do that. You will get to see Natasha and I at Matt's. God, let me go.
Yeah,
to my
me,
LinkedIn.
Jessica, and Elaine.
We will have a booth. It's going to be twice as big this year, and we're going to have a lot of cool prizes that are going to be cooler than last year. And
We're going to steal Catherine.
Freeze-dried Skittles again?
Freeze-dried Skittles again is what they're asking for. We're gonna
Yeah, it seems to be the consensus. If Brandon's going to pay the kids to bag them.
We're going to have cooler than that. We're actually going to have some hats and some shirts and some giveaways. And UCI hasn't ever had that kind of swag before, but we're about to swag it up. So come see us. I mean, we're cooler than that.
Free premium insurance coverage for 10 years on one of those raffles.
So that booth number is 38302. But if you're going to see these guys over at Freight Ninja booth, the logistics lounge folks, we're about 2 rows away from them. We can't get too far away because how would you guys live your life at Matt's without it?
You're right. Well, I guess we're getting to that time. Pedro's over there typing. So, ladies,
yeah, he's got that call.
It is a pleasure as always.
No. I'm doing with some freight stuff. I got some shit I'm trying to pick up in California.
Thank you, Pedro, for always being my go-to on the broker side. Hound, you're in the doghouse.
You're right. You tell Brandon, I'm assuming an invoice today for that consulting
Jimmy's
fee.
watching.
For that consulting fee.
Yeah, for the whole office meeting that you are part of. Yes.
We should have talked about that. I know we all got to go, but y'all need to make a post or something about that if you're allowed to talk about that, because that is an interesting.
So something else interesting is you said that you guys want to see the deductible word spelt out. I went on and I have a couple Progressive customers, and I went on Progressive, and Progressive actually shortens it to DED as well. And so that's a whole nother. They're the Core 25s, but I understand why you want the full word in there for legal purposes and standpoints at this point.
Yeah.
But.
So Hunter, I'll tell you this thing, dude. This is the weird thing, and it's not an issue to me. I've heard one thing about it in my group on Facebook, but on a COI where it'll list like the coverages and stuff, and then at the end, where the deductible is, it just says DED, right?
Yeah.
Fucking deductible. We all know what that stands for. Apparently, they're having carriers are having issues with brokers saying, "Oh no, we need the whole fucking word there." What's it matter, dum dum? We all know what it stands for. So yeah, it was. She asked me, she's like, "You have a problem?" I was like, "I don't have a problem with it," but I was like, I don't know, whatever. So it was just a weird thing, dude. The stupid stuff that I don't know doesn't make sense.
That results in a lot of data entry. It results in a lot of data entry for sure.
Yeah. So anyway, Hunter, continue your closeout, man. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah.
I was
so
zoned
Natasha,
out and then
you're
just
sitting
hopped
there in the
in.
dark. You made the extra effort to go and find some Wi-Fi. Even I don't know what's going on in North Carolina, but exiting comments, questions, concerns, plugs, updates, shout outs.
Oh, is this for me?
Yeah, this is for you. He said,
a good go Seahawks. You know,
Damn
for all
internet.
the-
That damn internet.
No, I gotta say go Eagles. I'll get in trouble if I don't say go Eagles there, even though we didn't
Oh!
make it.
Go Birds.
That's what Jessica said about my Patriots flag. I'm like, oh, Ryan's gonna have a heart attack.
I give it to
I
Ralph.
mean, no plugs. If you want to call or text me, my direct line is 208-296-7026. And we're always there. I'm on Eastern time, and I really appreciate you guys having us on the show. And as we're sitting here, I'm thinking of a whole bunch of other things we could talk about later on another podcast.
Yeah,
or
Matt.
the blog
Yeah,
post.
yeah.
So,
Actually,
thanks for having us on. I appreciate it. I don't know what's going on with the internet here. It's interesting times in North Carolina the last couple of weeks. We still got snow on the ground here, so
That's what happens when you live in BFE.
yeah, it is. That's what I'm like. What do you expect, Jessica? She's like, get real internet. I'm like, I'm in the car. But yeah, thanks for having us on. It was a good time as always.
Absolutely. All right, Jess, you got a minute and a half. No
I
more,
got
no
you.
less.
So if you want me, Jessica, my direct line at UCI is 208-800-0339. I'm also on LinkedIn, and that's about the best place to reach me. Info@trucku.biz if you have something that you don't know about that you want us to write about. Info@trucku.biz is a good spot to hit it. If you don't care which one of us you get because you just like the dynamic duo, you can call us at 254-294-7798. You'll get one of the Truck U girls.
That's our Texas number.
Oh,
Oh.
that was record time.
Excited to see everybody at Matt's. Come by to our booth
Me
and say
too.
hi and get some free cool stuff.
Pretty cool stuff. Love it.
Yeah,
I'm
we need to
excited
know the
for
plan
that.
because we want to drag Elaine to all the networking events.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Well, Pedro,
There's, like, no
what you got
plan
going
yet.
on, brother?
I got nothing. Besides wonderful show as always. I mean, I really you two ladies are like the only insurance people we fucking allow on here because
Yeah.
as much as other people, it is a fucking snooze fest, man. I'm telling you, it just is, dude. It just
Aubrey's
is. I mean,
sleeping, just so you know.
it's messed up. Hunter and I've said it before. Like the most important shows like that we've ever had have been like insurance and safety stuff, and they're the ones that like nobody likes. It's like, it's like, why is it no one wants to hear the stuff that has the most value? You know what I'm saying?
It has the
Yeah.
biggest impact. Yeah.
But if we had a show on here with truck drivers fighting in the truck stop parking lot or something, we'd have 1 million views. You know what I mean? It's absolutely fucking crazy. So, but we appreciate y'all coming on here and sharing some insight. Didn't get to touch on one other thing, but that's great. We can save that for Matt's because that topic was something that's forever floating or continual, whatever you want to say in the insurance world. So we can just do that. We'll have y'all on the show at Matt's for like 10 minutes like we did last year. Hunter and I plan on doing that again. We don't know what times. We know we're going to do, I think, Friday and Saturday, but we don't know what times we're doing them. So, but we'll let everybody know. But that's it. That's all I got. Hunter, y'all got anything kind of do some sponsor breaks, or y'all got something else you want?
I want to shout out Clint Weston since he's on there.
Oh yeah.
And the reason why is because Clint is a wealth of knowledge. We love that guy. He is amazing. And if you haven't had a chance to talk to him and you need factoring, I'm going to say definitely Sureline. And that's something I will stand behind. And I'm not a big stand behind other folks person, but in the depth of our conversations, we will be featuring some important factors about factoring on the
Clint,
blog.
if you're watching, we're waiting on that blog post.
Yeah,
All right, well, hey,
we're waiting on that blog.
with that, Sureline Capital, everybody.
With Sureline Capital, you don't just get their 50 years experience in finance and banking, you get freedom. Sureline lets you choose the invoices you factor so you're in control of your cash flow. Get advances up to 97% of the invoice for immediate expenses, and no early termination fees so you can move on whenever the time is right. Being a business owner is about freedom, and Sureline Capital understands access to your revenue when and how you need it is a vital part of that. Start your path to more control over your money with SurelineCapital.com or call them at 801-605-8822. Make sure you use code SURETHING365 to get your first invoice up to $2,000 for free.
And the mighty fine folks over at Freight Ninja.
With over 50 locations nationwide and site features like LED lighting, security fences and gates, and of course, assigned spots. Freight Ninja is truck parking done differently. View all of their locations and find out more about the benefits of Freight Ninja at freightninja.com or give them a ring at 844-303-1505. Make sure you use code Lounge Ninja to get special pricing.
It's not yellow.
Dude, I'm telling you, those fucking commercials are like the best freaking idea ever, dude. I love those things. They're so great, man. They're so great. I think Friday. We have Mr. Ryan Smith from Purple Squirrel with us. Ryan is a former broker. He was a broker for 10 years, and now he is in the freight talent acquisition sector, or as we all like to call them, recruiters. But Ryan is in the sector where he recruits high quality talent in the freight sector. And we're going to bring him on, talk about his time as a broker, talk about some things for some of y'all out there maybe looking to move jobs, right? Or some of y'all out there looking to hire employees. Ryan's going to give us some insight on some talent acquisition and some things that maybe able to help everyone. So make sure you tune in Friday. 4 o'clock-ish Central Time, 5 o'clock-ish Eastern. And I think that's all we got. Yeah. Hunter, you going to be with us this weekend?
Yeah.
Cool. Or this Friday. I said this weekend. Pff, I don't know, man. I'll tell you, my freaking brain, dude. I don't know what.
Where you need me? I'm homeless, so let's go.
I don't know what's going on with me, dude.
I know, that's horrible.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's wonderful.
The funny thing is, I'm going to say the funny thing. It's funny to me because I know Hunter is, if there is anyone I could see being homeless with a job, it's Hunter. Like, he is just.
It's a tough economy, man. You know,
I don't mean that. I don't mean that in a bad way. Hunter's like that fucking guy who makes $20,000 a month and sleeps on friends' couches so he doesn't have to pay rent somewhere. So that's it, dude. That's what I told him the other day. It's like, Hunter, if there's one person I could see living down by the river in a van, it is you, man.
Get your cargo van.
Yeah, get your cargo van.
Yes.
Oh, man. All right.
Tour.
Fun times. Hunter, what you got, man? You got anything before we get off here?
Everybody be safe.
Are you in there?
Go touch some grass while you can. Tune in Friday. Yeah, Hunter getting roasted. What's new, baby?
I don't mean it like that. It does sound fucked up, but I did not mean it like that. It's just Hunter's persona.
It's a compliment, man.
It's just his fucking persona, man.
Yeah, you see millionaires walking around in sweatpants and t-shirts with holes in them.
Yeah, I mean, but dude, proof of this was like last 2 truck shows that Hunter went to last year, where he slept in his damn Jeep. Literally had money in the account for him to go get a hotel room. He's like, I'm sleeping in my Jeep.
Look, you get per diem,
bro.
I spend it on a room, or I'm going to a truck show anyways, man. Come on.
So there you go. Proof is in the pudding.
You just gotta get the Planet Fitness Black Card. You can get your steps, get your workout, take a shower.
Take a shower.
Go to a home and cook it, and you go find a lake to live by and do your cooking. Yeah,
I know that's right.
Get out of the concrete jungle, man.
If I was homeless, I would sure find a way to have $25 every month for a fucking black card. I'll tell you, I will say that much, bro. I will definitely say that. I'll be hell yeah.
Hey, you can work there.
Yeah, I do. Okay.
Aubrey said, "Why are you guys so tiny?" They're on my phone.
Never mind. That's a kid. I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna mess with your kid like I mess with my kid.
We bored her to tears with our trucking talk.
We put her to sleep.
Oh man, she's looking at all the people.
Shout out to Mike Lombard, man. Forget Lombard. Don't nobody like that guy.
Shouting out Mike Lombard.
Right.
I think he always gets shout outs.
Yeah, forget Lombard.
No, we like
Hey,
him.
I love
Yeah.
Lombard. Yeah, I love that. I love that, man. He's a good dude. Him and Indy are gonna have fun on their cross country trip. Fucking Lombard is gonna talk Indy's fucking ear off.
Oh, dude, I made a joke with Indy, man.
I'm sorry, I just thought
he's
about
gonna be in
that
there
shit.
doing workouts
Like,
while Indy's driving.
yeah.
He's gonna be doing pull-ups on the side of that pneumatic.
I don't remember what truck show I was at, but the flight home, he was seated right next to me, actually.
That boy he is something else, man. He's definitely a character. All right, everyone, we're gonna get off here. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, as Hunter said. See y'all here Friday, and the ladies have already give you all information. If you didn't catch it, you can go back about 10 minutes or so in the show, and they drop their info. Make sure you hit them up for all your insurance needs. Check out trucku.biz for their blog. It's a cool insight and info into the information sector or the commercial information sector. So we're out of here. Chunk the frickin' deuces. Mr. Hound, roll the beautiful bean footage.
The views and opinions expressed on this show by its guests are not necessarily those of Lounge Media Group or the show host. So if you sue someone, make sure it's the party responsible for hurting your feelings. Also, grow up, be an adult, and understand not everyone thinks like you. And that's okay.